Hi everybody, it's Miss Nancy and I am making another video about stars, and this one is for Miss Power's 5th grade class and any other students who are trying to learn at home and want to work on some math and some art. And this one is more for people who already know and are comfortable with multiplication, whereas the last star video was for people who are learning multiplication. This one I'm going to talk to you and assume that you already know quite a bit about it. So these are 5 different ways, ideas to use star making creatively, and I'm going to go through them one by one, and you can pick which one. If there's one of them that really appeals to you, you don't have to listen to the whole video. You can kind of skip to the part that you want to go to. First thing I want to say about these stars is I think the hardest part is drawing the circle and spreading the dots out equally. And I want you to know that I think it's the most beautiful when they're not spread out evenly and that or equally, and that makes the stars kind of have a slightly different, very handmade, very unique feel to them, and I think that's much more beautiful than the perfect stars. And I try to do mine really evenly spread out and equal because I use them to teach. But if you're making a piece of art, I suggest you don't strive to have the perfect circle and the perfectly spread out dots. So first I want to go for prime number stars, maybe the easiest way to do stars, and give you some ideas to extend what I did in the first video. So prime numbers that you can make stars on, I'm going to go up to 20, but you can go on from 20 are 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, and 19. So just to review from the last video, we'll do an 11. We make stars by making a circle, spreading the dots around. If I'm trying to get 11 dots on a circle, I'm going to put 1 on the top and say in my own head I need to get 5 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number. And then pick a pattern that you're going to go around the star in, skipping the same number of dots each time. So I'm going to go for a +4 pattern. 1 plus 4 takes me to 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9, 10, 11, 12, ahead 4. So you do not count the dot you're on, count ahead 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Goes to 2. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4 takes me to 3. 3 plus 4 is 7. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4 goes to 4. 8. Back to 1. And you get a star. So for prime numbers, a way that you can extend that is to do a different star on the same set of dots. So I'm going to change colors so you can see this. And what if I tried to do a +2 on top of it? 1 plus 2 is 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 1. So you can see you can get like a wide open outer star and then a medium star, and then if I wanted to go, I could even do a +5 on top of that and do another star. And so over here I have an 11 pointed star. The black is +3, the red is +4, and the blue is +5. So you can see that makes a more complicated star. And here is another 3 different stars on the same set of points. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pointed star. And I did 3 different stars. So this one is a plus 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is a plus 2, and this one is, I think, a plus 6. So you can do it all in black and then color it in kind of from the inside out, or you can do them in different colors. This is just a 19-pointed star, but I thought I'd show you that because you can color them in and make them look really beautiful. Okay, so those are prime number stars and ways to extend it. Now I want to talk about the numbers that are not prime numbers and what happens when you use as your plus pattern a number that is a factor of the number of points on your star. So we're going to make pile of polygon stars. This is choice number 2. I have a 9, a 12, and a 15-pointed star. And these are really kind of visual representations in my mind of multiplication. So this would be 3 times 3 equals 9. This one, 4 times 3 equals 12. And this one is 5 times 3 equals 15. So it's a plus 3 pattern on 9 dots, a plus 3 pattern, no, a plus 4 pattern on 12, and a plus 5 pattern on 15. So I will show you that, but instead of doing one that will get me a triangle, I'm going to do one that will get me a square, just so you can see a different pile of polygons. Now, I'll go with 12. Because I know 4 is a factor of 12, and if I'm going to get a square which has 4 corners, which are 4 points, I know I need to choose a multiple of 4 for a square piled star. So 12 is like the easiest, one of the easier ones to put the dots on for, because you go up, top, bottom, side, side, and then you just need to get 2 in the middle of each of those. That's another reason I like doing 12s, because they're really easy to spread out your dots. All right, so for a square on a 12, we're going to do a plus 3 pattern, because we have 4 corners and the factor pair with 4 for 12 is 3. So 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 3. 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 plus 3 is 10, 1, 2, 3 takes me back to 1. And I've got my first square, and you can see the difference in a prime number. You always go around and hit every dot. And if you use a number that's a factor of the number of points, you don't, you get a shape. So I could move over to 2 and do my whole square, but I like to make it a pile of polygons because I think that shows the multiplication that much more clearly. So you may want to go ahead and color in your first shape so you're reminded not to go through it. And then I would go over to 2, and 2 plus 3 is 5. So you can use a ruler if you want, or anything that gives you a straight edge. 2 plus 3 is 5. But rather than going all the way, I'm going to skip over the square I already have on the paper. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. And then 11 goes back over to 2. And then you might want to color that one in. So you remember not to go through it. And then lastly, you move over to your 3. And again, 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. And I'm skipping over the ones I made, and then 12 goes back to 3. So, and then you can color that one in. That's bad. Different color. have a pile of squares, pile of polygons, star. And you can do that with any composite number that has factors. The only thing I want to say other about that though is when you get to doing the plus pattern that is half of your number, if it's a composite number, meaning it has factors, so if I'm on an 8, which is also easy to dot up because it's just those 4, top, bottom, side, side, and 1 in between each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and half is going to be a plus 4. 1 plus 4 is 5, and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 takes me back to 1. So you're just making a star like that, and then to make it more of a star, you can give it points like that. And that's going to be what your stars look like when you get to the factor of a composite number that is half of the number of points on your circle. So once you know how to do pile of polygon stars, you can easily do factor pair stars. So I don't even have to show because I just did. Pick a number. So in this case, see if you can figure out what the number that I picked was. And this is how I like to teach, is like letting you guys figure it all out, but I don't want to just have a lot of blank time in the video, so I will just tell you. It's easiest for me to see on here that I have 3 squares, and 3 times 4 is 12. So my number here was 12, and my factor pair was 3 and 4. I have 4 3-pointed shapes, and I have 3 4-pointed shapes. This one, my number was 15, and I have 3 5-pointed shapes and 5 3-pointed shapes. So you can pick a number, a factor pair, and make your stars that match on it. And I did have one that had, well, anyway. Next, star family. Okay, so in this one, I tried to kind of do them in a spiral, but I really needed a color in the background and add some more to it so you got the feeling of a spiral, but I took all the stars that you could make about the number 12. So this is a +1 pattern. I put 12 dots around and I connected them +1, and you get a 12-sided polygon. +2, you're going to get 2 hexagons, 2 6-cornered shapes. A +3, you're going to get 3 times 4 is 12, 3 4-sided shapes. +4, 4 triangles, 4 3-sided shapes. +5, 5 is not a factor of 12, so you get a star that looks more like a prime number star. And then +6, you get the, I call them diameter stars, because you just get a bunch of lines that go right through the middle of the shape of the circle. So that's all the stars you can get on 12 dots, because once you go past half, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Once, if I did a +7, it's going to go to here, and then there, and then there, and it's going to be actually the same star as a +5. So this gives me the same star as +1. This gives me the same star as +2. And if that doesn't make sense to you, you can try it and figure it out. But I did figure that out, that so any plus number that goes past half starts to repeat the stars from the other side of the circle. So I don't bother doing that. So star families, pick a number and start with +1. You're going to get a shape with that many sides. This star family is the star family of 9. A 9-sided shape. 2 is not a factor, so I get more of a prime number like star. Pile of polygons, 3 3s. And +4 gives me another prime number star, but it's more spiky than the +2. And that's it, because 5 starts to be a repeat on 9. So that's star family. I tried to kind of make a family. But you can spread the star family out on your paper however you want, obviously, and color it however you want. And I like to make the stars quickly on a piece of paper and pencil and see what they look like, and then place them around and figure out how I want to lay them out on a page. If you want to take the challenge of making a whole star family about a number. And then lastly, another challenge with stars is to star up other shapes. Here is a square starred up and a triangle starred up, and I have played around with starring up hearts and drop-like shapes of water drops to star those up, and all kinds of stuff. So that's a fun challenge also. And then over here, I put some of my own artwork up for you to enjoy, kind of starry stuff. And I think that is it. Please feel free to comment if you have questions or make any requests for further explanation. I hope this is clear. And I'll keep on making videos while I have to, because I'd much rather be in a classroom with real people, but this is where we are. All right, take care. Bye.